Hello everyone. After that last fiasco, I'm always going to make sure. Yep, there you go. I am in fact recording here on Death Road 1.2. We have Th000 spawning as the blue night elf on the, or I'll say the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the top right we have Yumiko spawning as the pink human. Human versus Night Elf in this best of 3 series, I believe. Hopefully this game does not disappoint, as we are looking into both of these players' particular build orders. Now, I gotta say that Ancient of War creeping out these particular creep camps is generally very strong. Also, taking a look at Th000, you can tell that he's most likely going for a Dark Ranger strategy. Dark Ranger, one of those heroes, very, very effective. How do I position my feet? All right, I guess this works. Dark Ranger, very, very effective at early creeping, and with early creeping, you can get very, very far ahead in this particular game. Also, by being able to take out perhaps the necessary creep camps off to the north here. I'm going to move this down just a little bit so I can see the timer. By taking down this creep camp here, you can grab those minions that have True Shot Aura and not True Shot Aura, the Searing Arrows and the Cold Arrows from those Runes of Rebirth. Yumiko, however, now going for a Mountain King first as opposed to the typical Archmage. You can see that the Altar of Elders is actually being built on the other side of the brush here. We'll see if this comes back to haunt Th000 though, as Th000 will be forced to deal with as Th000 will be forced to deal with trying to resurrect his hero outside of his base necessarily. You can see a Wisp now on the move out across the map. You can see archers are being trained, already taking down raccoons. Apparently archers don't like raccoons either, as the Ancient of War is still training up many, many more archers. One farm now taking a little bit of damage here. You can see that the Mountain King will be popping out momentarily as another Wisp now makes its way over to the tavern. It is going to go ahead and pick up a hero here in just a moment, as the Mountain King is looking to do a bit of militia creeping. Militia creeping from the Mountain King, not too shabby of a strategy. Is he actually going to try to take down this creep camp? Yes, he is. He's going after the far creep camp as well, and these militia are pretty much halfway dead, and that time life on them is not going to be that effective. You can see that the militia are now just trying to push their way through, trying to take down the burning archers and the marksmen. These marksmen will just turn sides very quickly. There you go. There's one Rune of Rebirth, another Rune of Rebirth, and all of a sudden Yumiko has a formidable army on his hands. Meanwhile, on the far side of the map here, Panda is actually the first hero. Interesting hero choice coming in from Th000 to go for a Panda first. Panda, however, is very, very effective against footmen, so that is probably what we're going to be seeing here. I could not believe that we actually saw the Panda. Panda as a first hero is rather unorthodox, as the Panda may try and Breath of Fire his way through. No, taking down one Rune of Rebirth, getting a Burning Archer, gonna perhaps pick up another one here, level 2 now on the Panda, as you now see Yumiko being extremely fast. Now there is a way gate here, which does teleport off on this side of the map, so that is how the map does feel much, much smaller. Here we have, yes, the Skeletal Marksman and the Burning Archer just dealing damage, no real problem there whatsoever, as the Panda is sitting up front, tanking a bit of damage. I did believe that he got Drunken Haze, but I am not 100% sure. I was not keeping track of that chat. So far, the farm is being constructed here. It is going to be used to hire up more mercenaries, and this is a lot of damage to be had. I don't know if this is really going to work out. All of those units are now trying to back off, as the Arcane Vault is right here. All the units will be healing back up. Yumiko actually having one assassin and one rogue, so both of them playing a very unorthodox strategy, as the farm now over here gonna get beat down. All right, what's interesting here is that the farm could in fact, or the Ancient of War could in fact just root itself to try and take down that farm, as we are now looking at Yumiko already sitting at level 3, Panda currently only sitting at level 2, militia creeping out that early location, very, very strong, giving that Mountain King level 2 Stormbolt already. Now, it looks like 2 separate 1v1 games will be played here for a little while longer. Yumiko's strategy is to set up an expansion and then perhaps try and abuse the fact that he has a farm at the mercenary camp. However, this Furbolg is dealing a lot of damage Is it going to perhaps take down one of those footmen with that lightning shield? No, it will not. There goes the last tracker. What item will be left behind? No item at all. Only the stone golem, which is already a very, very effective item, coupled alongside that Mountain King, as the Mountain King with Stormbolt and the stone golem with well, those stones can really stun down fleeing units. Now, Tho is looking to try and creep out this creep camp here. Is it gonna work out, as we are already looking at a tree of life being constructed? There is the Waygate coming in from the far side, and there you have it. The Ancient of War has actually scouted this all out. Ancient of War sees that there's a whole bunch of units here, and this is why the map has plenty of room to work with, but it can still feel small. Definitely feel small when you can teleport yourself halfway across the map in an instant. You are kind of blind going in through that Waygate, but you can see that the footmen and the assassins were able to deal a lot of damage there. One Shadow Meld Huntress is keeping track of all of these units. Meanwhile, you can see that the Panda is buying Boots of Speed and Talisman of Boots of Speed and Staff of Teleportation. Has a Talisman of Evasion. That is not going to stack with that Drunken Brawler, though. So if we do get up to a level 7 Panda, then things might get a little bit hairy, as he will be forced to sell that item there. Meanwhile, off to the north, you can see that the Huntresses are now making their way here. Oh, there goes another, as we see a Potion of Invulnerability has been left behind. Is it a Potion of Invulnerability or Divinity? No, it's a Potion of Divinity. That is a full 25 second invulnerability there, and that is some 2 huge items for that Mountain King. The Mountain King is buying his time, getting everything right. 25-second invulnerability, a stone token, and Dust of Appearance for those Huntresses and those Archers if they decide to Shadow Meld. Back off over here. You are going to see perhaps a Scroll of Regeneration. There you go, healing up all of the units once more. You can see that the Ancient of Wonders being constructed here. It looks like that's going to take down another scout farm. So 2 farms have been destroyed, as now Yumiko trying to take down this Ancient of Wonders before he perhaps loses a unit. However, you already have Tho trying to creep out the Nether Drake creep camp at the Fountain of Power. That the Huntresses and everything just dealing so much damage that Archer isn't going to be able to take down this Nether Drake. The Archer, surprisingly, it has a fair number of hit points, and I believe it is just being microed extremely well. The Archer can attack another unit here to try to pull aggro from something else, and that's exactly what he's doing, as the Nether Drake constantly switches targets. It does go down, but I don't believe an item is dropped. Instead, the Panda just sitting at level 4, very close to level 5. Kobold Geomancer has been picked up. I guess a 2/2 spell power is good in WarCraft 3 as well, as the Mountain King, now sitting at level 4, has better items, but is a little bit slower in terms of experience. You can see that Mountain King, however, what is going on here? Did he try to take down? Oh, took down a Troll Shadow Priest right there. As we're now looking at the Huntresses and the Panda moving across the center of the map. There is Staff of Silence. All right, gonna go ahead and get to level 5 here. Panda will have plenty of mana, and with that mana, what is he gonna be doing next? Teleportation, now heading back home over here at the expansion. Is he going to land on anything? No, he is not. The Huntress is now trying to give chase. However, the Skeletal Marksman not within range. Mountain King may try to get off a Stormbolt. Gets off a Stormbolt on the Panda, and only the Panda, as the Mountain King still runs back. So far, you can see Slow has been cast across one of those Huntresses, slowing things down. There is another Stormbolt from that Mountain King. That Mountain King has used 150 mana at least to try and slow down this Panda, but the Panda is still raring and ready to go once more. Rock Golem now in play. We could get another Stormbolt. Oh, taking down a long distance Archer there. Are we going to perhaps see a Rock Golem? Yes, there's a Rock Golem getting a Stone Totem there. Mountain King finishes it off, and that is just some long distance stunning, as the Rock Golem and Mountain King is just dealing so much damage. All right, there's a Stormbolt there. There is another one there, as the Mountain King could try and perhaps get a little bit more mana. Is he going to be able to use perhaps his Clarity Potion. He does get silenced there, as there is another stun. Potion of Divinity. Oh, there's the bash, and the Panda looks at level 5 to get taken down. There it goes, giving level 5 to the Mountain King, and that's exactly what we expected to see happen. That Mountain King sitting at level 4, but with better items such as the Rock Golem, dealing so much damage. And now Yumiko is in just an absolute dominant position in this game. Mass detonations coming in. Mountain King sitting on 182 mana. It looks like we are going to be getting in more Storm Bolts. The Assassins doing their job as well, slowing things down. I believe they have poison. Yes, they have poison right there as the Panda comes back. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. And what is going to be happening next? The Glaives are coming in. The Mountain King still has plenty of mana to go. And while he still has his Potion of Divinity, must have used a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability to get the Panda the first time, as there is another silence there. Alright, that Mountain King does not have enough mana. We could see a rock come in. No, we will not. Does not have enough mana on that Rock Golem, as we are looking at Glaive Throwers now making a move into the center. This is not looking good at all for Th000. Yumiko is in dominant control of this game. This Mountain King looks like it will get to level 6 in almost record time, and he may even get to level 6 before the 12-minute mark if his opponent is not careful. Alright, let's take a look at this here. Alright, the Mountain King could easily get to level 6 here. We can see that the Rock Golem is in position. Nothing happening over here. We are now going into Griffins by Yumiko, and there is Siphon Mana. Alright, let's see. What are we going to be seeing next? The Mountain King gets to level 6. Are we going to perhaps see another Stormbolt? Blood Mage is out and separated from the rest of his group here, but is giving... no, actually now finds the rest of his group, as that Mountain King may get another kill there. Level 3 Stormbolt coupled with a Blood Mage. So difficult to slow down that Mountain King with so much mana, dealing so much damage, and stunning everything at the same time. Alright, let's take a look. Mountain King is not silenced. He could get off another Stormbolt here. There it is. A huge 350-point Stormbolt. Are we going to find it to get it taken down? Yes, we will, as the Rock Golem does fall here. And we are now going into Dragon Hawks, surprisingly. Dragon Hawks, as we are going into Castle as well. I don't see Animal War Training yet, as the Mountain King is still wandering around right in here. Perhaps should be using Stormbolts on those Wisps there, as yes, the Blood Mage is once again out of mana. There is a Breath of Fire, but Siphon Mana losing a lot of that mana once more, as the Blood Mage takes down his own footman in order to deny some experience. So far, the Panda sitting at level 5, almost level 6 now. What was a back and forth hero advantage has now turned into absolute domination by Yumiko, as we see there is an expansion over here on the top left. That has been scouted out. Both sides getting up expansions rather quickly. And what is this follow-up play going to be? Th000 sitting at 49 over 60. Meanwhile, we see Yumiko sitting at 50 over 60. Now back into no upkeep. He was in low upkeep for a short amount of time, but wants to make sure that he is mining a good amount of gold so that he doesn't fall behind. Here we go next. Dragon Hawks, Spellbreakers, Mountain Kings, all making a move out across the field. We can now see peasants making their way over here as we are trying to take down this Arcane Vault. Not going to work. There's a Stormbolt on the Troll Berserker. There it goes. Siphon mana into that Mountain King once more. It looks as though the Blood Mage will need to siphon more mana out. There is a Potion of Invulnerability, as we are looking at even more units getting taken down. Level 1 Demon Hunter being brought to the party, and it is going to be able to perhaps mana burn that Mountain King very much, but not before taking a lot of damage himself. However, a level 2 Blood Mage lost in the battle, and this is actually looking fairly decent. That Mountain King, the Huntress now getting up to into superior numbers and now taking down. Oh, there's Earthstorm and Fire, as the Earthstorm and Fire now makes its way over. There's the Cyclone on Earthstorm and Fire, and that Mountain King is in trouble. Does have a Scroll of Town portal, though, as we are now looking at a couple of Spellbreakers getting taken down. There goes one, and also perhaps taking down the Arcane Vault would be a good call, as we're now looking at the Earthstorm and Fire trying to make their way over. Oh, there is Yumiko's Troll High Priest, that's going to get taken down very, very quickly. There's the Cyclone. It is now picked up, but because it... Oh, there's the Disenchant, and there it goes. So, Storm getting another kill there. We are now going into a Siege Engine. Siege Engine's now being trained. No Barrage as of yet. The perfect counter to the Night Elf. Those Siege Engines deal so much damage to buildings and can also hit air if necessary. Let's take a look. Ancient of Wonders and Moonwells are off over here. Huntresses going after a scout farm. This will get taken down in just a moment. Spellbreakers making their way over. Staff of Preservation is on that Demon Hunter as the units are looking to back away once more. Though looking to be in a strong spot as we see an Assassin does get sniped down by that Mountain King. Mountain King just running in, throwing in a Stormbolt, and backing off again, as we may see this happen again. All right, Panda now joins in on the fight. Are we going to see the Panda perhaps get in some easy hits? Yes, it does, but a Staff of Sanctuary saves another unit there as Yumiko tries to run away with a low hit point Spellbreaker. Not going to work. It gets taken down. Sitting here off to the north, Siege Engines rolling on out, looking to take down this base here. Are we at the tree upgrade? No, we are not. I don't believe. No, only 2 armor on those trees as opposed to 7. That means that these Siege Engines could do a lot of damage. And what's even more interesting is that Yumiko also got Griffins. By getting Griffins, he guarantees that he will be dealing a lot of damage to these units, regardless of if it is fortified armor or just with that heavy armor. All right, Blood Mage now trying to get away. It is slowed. It is silenced. That Mountain King is right there. Oh, what is going on here? Staff of Teleportation heading off to the north most likely as it's looking to try and take down this set of 2 Siege Engines. All right, are we going to perhaps see Breath of Fire to try and take this down? There is a lot of damage being dealt. There's one Breath of Fire. It looks as though one of those Siege Engines will get destroyed, and it looks like, yes, it does get destroyed. Now, that does help in terms of numbers just a little bit, and this base looks like it is constantly going to fall, but it has been stabilized, and that is going to be huge. Yes, there the Panda goes. Is he going to be able to take down these Griffins off over here, though, as we're now looking at the Mountain King trying to get away? Yumiko, the first one to get to level 6, but is not really coming out ahead at all. There's the Drunken Haze. There's a Breath of Fire as more Siege Engines now arrive to the party. So far, this double Siege Engine party is just way too much to handle, and Yumiko is now going up into a Paladin as well, as the peasants are running in and out of that gold mine to try and stay alive. Another Siege Engine will get destroyed. Panda now sitting at 6, getting very close to 7, or about halfway to 7, as we're now looking at perhaps the Glaive Throwers trying to put pressure on the bottom right. This is still anyone's game at this point, but it really feels like Th000 has taken a commanding lead after being behind. There is a 9 supply difference between these 2 armies, and it looks like, yes, Th000 will salvage this base on the top left. Coming back over here, Mountain King getting in some easy kills. Mountain King already sitting at 6, made or will be just a little bit shy of 7 here, up to now 100 experience shy. You can see that the Blood Mage is getting very close to level 3, and level 2 Siphon Mana is a much deadlier beast in general. Oh, there's the pecking and the prodding of these units there. Hippogriff versus Griffin, and now are we going to perhaps see a Stormbolt? We could see a Stormbolt. Do you know? Yes, there is a Stormbolt now giving level 3 to that Blood Mage, but now slow on the Mountain King, and this could potentially be a problem again. That Mountain King cannot be slowed for too long. It will just simply take too much damage and not be able to retreat back home. Mountain King does have the help of a Paladin, though, to try and keep him alive. All right, Dryads now coming in to engage. There's a Stormbolt again on another unit. There's silence across the board. Are we going to perhaps see mana burn? Yes, we are. No more mana on that Mountain King, as now the Siege Engine is making its way over here. Oh, Siege Engine can easily get taken down by those Glaive Throwers. Not sure what's happening there, as another Staff of Sanctuary saves the Paladin instead. Alright, Siege Engine now making its way over. Glaives constantly attacking into here. It looks like it is going to be able to deal some damage. Could try and attack ground. Alright, there comes the Mountain King easily dealing some damage. The Mountain King is significantly faster than any Siege Engine unit, like most units, and it will get taken down. So far, Hippogriffs now arriving to the party. Alright, it looks like the Panda will be arriving as well. Are we going to perhaps see the Hippogriffs go after that Griffin? But no, the Griffin not, as the Mountain King now hits up to level 7, and we may have level 3 bash. That is extremely, extremely high and going to be very, very effective. Coming back around. Griffins, Blood Mage, Mountain King, Paladin, the human tri-hero, a variation of it coming in from Yumiko. Meanwhile, taking a look at Yumiko, Yumiko is going for a Panda Demon Hunter in that order, which is not your typical order at all. Siege Engine's now once again trying to make its way inside the Tree of Eternity. Will it be able to get there? I do not believe so. Siege Engine's also going to be pressuring the top left-hand side of the map. There is 1 Huntress and 2 Ancients of War right there to try and protect it, as the main fight is going down here on the bottom right. Th000 still looking extremely strong, though. I believe he has superior supply, 60 compared to 78. Yes, Th000 does have a much, much larger army, and we're now looking at what these units are looking to do. Hippogriffs now being brought over. Griffins, Mountain Kings, Blood Mage, Paladin, all right there. Hippogriffs are right there as well. There you go. There is another Stormbolt taking down another Hippogriff. That Mountain King has just been dealing so much damage, as we now see more engagements coming in. There's a Stormbolt, and now the Panda down to 320 hit points. Staff of Preservation saves it, as the Demon Hunter now trying to go head-to-head up against a Mountain King. The Mountain King, however, now sees the Panda back again and does not want to engage. Hero advantage definitely goes to the pink team, but unit advantage definitely goes to the blue team. Is this game as hero-centric as everyone thinks, or is it just a preconceived notion, as we now see Th000 going for a 3rd hero as well? Keeper of the Grove, very effective at slowing down units, especially when they're on the run. This is going to be rather bad here, as Yumiko about to lose this expansion. Even with some peasants repairing it, it may still get taken down. Alright, give me one moment. Alright, welcome back here, as we're now just looking off to the top left. No, fights going on here down to the right. There is another Stormbolt. There goes another Hippogriff, as we see a Mana Burn and an Entangling Roots. Alright, Mountain King's a little bit in trouble. Avatar now in play, as the Avatar, what a huge change right there. Very difficult to take down. Now he is going to be getting some extra mana. He is now magic immune, so he does not lose the Stormbolts, or he cannot get actually entangled, and without entanglement to stop that Avatar, this is going to be very, very hard to slow down. We can see that there's a riderless horse off to the here. Meanwhile, what are we doing? Militia now trying to creep out the Dire Wolf creep camp off to the side. You can see that there's the Fountain of Power now coming out over here, as the Avatar is trying to get extra mana. This is going to be a huge play here. There's Siphon Mana. The Maiden of Pain needs to get Stormbolted down. Otherwise, it is just going to deal a lot of damage. There's the Gem of Health, as the Avatar now up to 2k hit points already. Coming back around. Alright, what is it all being waited for? Not quite sure. Where are those hippos? Hippos are now in the back. You can see that the Avatar is going to be going back into normal mode. There it is. Mountain King sitting at level 7. 2 Glaive Throwers, 3 Hippogriffs, and a couple of Dryads up against the majority army here. Paladin sitting at level 2. You can see, oh, what was that? Corrupt of Vitality has been left behind, but the Priests, the Huntresses, have now made their way over. Here comes the attack now. Staff of Sanctuary saving a unit there. Both sides are still looking to fight. The Glaives are getting some damage onto the Town Hall. 48 over 72. Meanwhile, oh, a banish, a quick banish there. Stormbolt could take it down, and there you go. There is the Siphon mana again. There's a mana burn, and there's the Entangle as the Demon Hunter overruns his bounds just a little bit. Both sides still fighting here. Level 7 on the Panda. Does have silence as well. You can see that the gold mine here at 88 over 100 as Th000 with that extra gold mine running off of now 2 bases for a while 3 is going to come out ahead. Oh, there's the Stormbolt. There's the Holy Light. Staff of Preservation saves the Demon Hunter and denies a bit of mana, but now in comes the Panda again. There is, oh, what is going on here? There's the Entanglement. Some slow damage there. There's still some more attacking over here. The Town Hall, what's happening? The Mountain King could get off another Stormbolt here in just a moment. However, the Keeper of the Grove is right there as well. There is the Siphon mana already losing more mana from that Panda. The Panda does have a potion of mana there as the Paladin now comes back around. The Paladin could come in with the Holy Light. In comes some Knights now. Knights are looking to get some damage in as the Knights now getting slow poisoned. All right, one Huntress has made its way inside and is going to be attacking the inside of that base. So far, more damage coming in. All right, that Knight is really overstaying its welcome, and there is another Entangle there as the Knight will get taken down. All right, the Hippogriff's trying to go after the Griffin. The Griffin backs off. The army size of Th000 is simply too much at this point, as we are now looking at the economic game for Th000 taking down Yumiko. Yumiko was at many times ahead in this game, now falling behind as he now goes into Mortar Teams. All right, Mortar Teams trying to fight back here. Is it going to be enough? The Mortar Teams perhaps trying to take down the Glaive Throwers. Glaive Throwers have 3-0 upgrades, dealing 107 damage on the high end to this fortified, 7 armor building. All right, the Town Hall is taking a lot of damage. There is the Stormbolt. There is the Siphon mana. The Griffins just simply, or the Hippogriffs trying to simply fly and ride over. There is a Nether Drake off over there. Both sides are still fighting as Yumiko quickly gives the GG. Th000 takes game 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game 2.